Hi everyone,
Hello. So my name is Akhil.
and I'm Maya, and we are Harry Tinkers.
Welcome to our channel.
So, in today's episode, we will be talking about 9 things to be careful in Bali. So, the first thing which we are going to discuss is be careful of the local cab drivers.
So what we did is see, the first thing that you would have to do when you land a country is you require a cab to go towards your hotel, right, or the place that you're gonna stay. So what happened is we took some time to download the applications, which is the Gojek and the Grab. Yeah, these are the only two apps that works over there if you want to book certain cabs or or bikes and things like that. So what we did is we actually booked a cab. After booking the cab, this guy calls us and then says that, hey, you know what, will be, or I would be coming there in next 5 or 10 minutes. Now we waited
We waited for
half an hour and still this guy didn't turn up. We were still looking for where exactly this person is. We called him back and then he said that he will be reaching in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now he came, but the funny incident that happened is the number plate of the vehicle and the number that is mentioned on the Gojek app is completely different.
Yeah.
But he says that I have all your details. So we were thinking that okay, probably this happens, right? So there could be one-off situation.
It seems it was transferred to this guy.
Yeah, so there could be a one-off situation that happens. So we don't know. So we got in and then he drove safely. So there's no problem. Or the comment that I would have to do on the way he drove. We reached at the place. However, that's where the incident happened. So what happened is the amount that was showing up on your app, right? He actually charged an extra on top of it. So when we say extra, it's basically close to double of the charge. Now the thing what he mentioned is the Gojek app doesn't provide you with toll charges.
Yeah, and
So-
we crossed 2 tolls.
Exactly. So we stayed in Ubud. So from Kuta to Ubud, it takes a good time, but So we were thinking that it is inclusive of everything. However, as per him, it was not inclusive, and that's where I would say is a mistake that happened from us.
Our side.
Yeah. So because also the thing is, it is nothing mentioned on your
app, whether the toll is included or not. So we were also
curious and confused. So what we did is we actually called them back after once incident happened and things like that, because we were actually tired, because we were coming all the way from Singapore and it was early in the morning that we started, so we were tired. So we didn't want to take a lot of time to argue and things like that.
So we just left it.
Yeah, we
But
just
then
left it.
we inquired and we came to know that the toll was actually included in the cost.
Exactly. So this is something that you would have to be really careful, that if they say that it is not included, but it is actually included. So
Yeah.
if you have a doubt, do call the customer care and get it verified.
Yeah,
Okay?
then and there itself, so that
Exactly.
you don't get cheated like us.
Exactly. So that's the first incident that happened for us.
The second point which you have to be careful about is street dogs. So they are harmless in the daylight, but when it's night, they do not like intruders. So we stayed in Ubud and it's a very peaceful place, and at night it becomes really lonely. So if you are walking from the street, then you have to be really careful, because for the dogs you are intruders, right?
Yeah.
So it's not their fault and it's not your fault as well. But still, people who are scared of dogs, please do not go out at night.
So the thing is, see, I am a dog lover, but my wife is not. So she's actually scared of dogs. So it has become a situation wherein which the dog started barking, and then it's a huge amount of dogs which were there.
Yeah.
We couldn't count it, so we don't know how much it was. It's like
And it was just 8 o'clock. It was not even 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock.
True.
We were just coming back from a local
the groceries
Supermart. And then, this is what happened when we were coming back to our hotel.
So if you are scared of dogs and So please be careful. So the thing is, like, it's better to take torch, or if you have mobile flash,
Yeah.
please do use that, because it becomes a little bit dark towards the night.
Yeah, and there's nobody on the road.
Yeah.
After 8 o'clock, there is nobody. Even if you are going in bike, they can actually chase you.
Yeah.
So be careful on your own.
Yeah, true. See, other than, so when we say there is nobody on the road, it's basically the locals are not there. So you would probably see foreigners who are similar to us, who have been there. So they would be roaming here and there, but they would of course be on their bikes or car or cabs or whatever it is. They would be going much, but they would least be bothered about what exactly is going to happen to us if some situation come into picture.
Correct. So the next point is the deserted streets at night. So as we said earlier, that Ubud becomes little deserted after 8 p.m. So it's better that you go to your hotel before that.
Yep.
And so that you can avoid any kind of criminal activities or whatever is happening during the night.
Yeah, so you just have to be careful. So it's just that when we say it is dark or it's get lonely after 8, it's only in Ubud. So, but when you go to more commercialized place like Kuta, it's always crowded.
Yes.
We kind of felt that towards the night is when it's there are a lot of people coming out at night owls. You have a lot of places where you have parties and things like that.
So Ubud is more like a countryside. So you can expect people stay in residential areas. So they do not tend to go out after 8 p.m.
Exactly. So the fourth point is drug peddlers. So we have actually stayed in Ubud as well as in Kuta.
Yeah.
But we have not seen drug peddlers in Ubud. It was more peaceful. It was really close to nature, the place. But we have been saying this on and on the in a couple of minutes back as well, that Kuta has been more commercialized, but Ubud is very close to its core. It's very close to the nature, and then you would probably enjoy.
You can see the culture of Bali very well in Ubud.
Exactly. So what happened is when we went to Kuta, of course you would have to go to the Kuta beach, and when we went to the Kuta beach, we saw people giving us kind of a creepy look, a bit creepy look. So we were like thinking, what exactly is happening? So these people started coming behind us and they started asking questions like, do you want ganja, do you want hashish, or whatever drugs that you want.
Yeah.
So, and these kind of people that you see mostly in Kuta, please know
in
that
every nook and corner they are there.
Exactly.
They'll actually be looking at you because they know that we are tourists.
Yeah.
And they can identify us very, very easily. So be careful of them.
Yeah.
Also, you can deal with them at your own risk. That is what you have to say.
So the next point is about scooter vendors. You would see a lot of people who drive or ride scooters in Bali. Now there's one of the incident that happened for us. So we went to Nusa Penida, and if you want to travel across Nusa Penida, if you want to see the beaches and mountains or whatever it is that you want to watch, you would have to take the scooter.
Yeah,
Or
it's
the
more
other-
convenient.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
more-
we felt.
Yeah. And the second option that is there is you have cabs available, but you would have to generally book in advance to get something.
Their Grab and Gojek doesn't work.
Exactly, yeah, that's a good point that you mentioned. So it doesn't work, so you have to be careful on that as well. So you have local scooter vendors available there, and on the regarding the cabs, you would basically have to book it with the the boat vendor. So through
Yeah.
that is where you get the cabs. So we went to Nusa Penida, and then we had to rent a bike from if you want to travel different places across Nusa Penida. So after you get down from the boat,
There'll
walk a
be a
little
lot of vendors who will be literally behind you. They'll actually give you the key. They'll keep the vehicle.
Yeah.
And they won't have helmet. They won't have any legal papers.
There's no brake. I don't know if there was even pressure in the bike. So it's really difficult to ride those kind of vehicle because the road conditions are really bad.
And the prices which they charge is way higher than what you can actually get it at.
Yeah. So the thing, what happens is these people just want to give give their bikes to us. So we kind of felt that these are smuggled vehicle,
Yeah.
and so since there is no papers, there's nothing about this vehicle, police can actually catch you. So
Yeah.
if they catch you, then what's going to happen is they don't have this information. So what they're going to think is you have smuggled this bike, right?
Correct.
So that's you would have to be really careful. And also the charges is based on the bargain that happens.
Yeah.
So what we did is like we walked a little bit further and we found a small restaurant,
Yeah.
a good restaurant I would say, and they had bikes available there. So we took the bike from there. They had helmet. They have actually given us helmet. They've given us papers. They've given us the condition of the bike was also good. Comparatively, I wouldn't say it was actually good, but comparatively it was good. So if you want to ride bike in Nusa Penida, please be extremely careful. Do
extremely
check
careful.
everything before you take it because the road
And it is
condition are-
preferable that you take it from a restaurant because they are more reliable than these local people. Because
Exactly. You would also get a reference number as well. So they actually give you this reference number. So if anything happens, you can actually call this number and get the thing sorted out.
please have a contact number of whosoever that vendor is.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it will be difficult for you.
True. So the next topic is about police.
So we did not find much policemen on the road.
Oh, we
But-
did not experience any issues with the
Yeah.
police.
But still, there are a lot of people who keep on saying
Or
about
commenting
this issue.
in the channels, different channels, and
Yeah.
if you actually go out and Google in about police and license and things like that, you generally find a lot of
Queries and that.
queries and comments that people have put. But we personally have not felt any of the
problem.
issues.
So basically, if they catch you also, please show your valid driving license
Yeah,
and
which
the
is
papers of your vehicle, and please wear helmet because that is compulsory over there.
Exactly.
They'll definitely charge a fine if you're not wearing helmet.
true. And about the license, please be careful. The license have to be at least 1 year, minimum 1 year validity should be, right?
So the next point is, how are the roads of Bali?
So we personally did not feel any issues to ride bikes in
Ubud
Ubud
and
and
Kuta.
Kuta, but it was an extremely terrible experience when we went to Nusa Penida because we did not find roads. So
Yeah.
it cannot be considered as roads because it was
Just
really
parts.
It was really bad. So, and that's where the bike that you ride is important. If it doesn't have proper brakes, it doesn't have proper pressure on the air, it's going to be really difficult because
Yeah.
the roads are uneven and
It's broken, uneven, full of pebbles and stones. So there are chances of you falling down and hurting yourself.
Exactly, and we have personally seen a lot of people, beside the road, with a lot of injuries. So
Yeah.
that's where you would also, it's what we would request you is if you're going, please do take medical kit with you, which is really really important because
You never know when you would require it.
true.
We also required it at Nusa Penida itself. So our bike also did not have brake.
No, it did not have brake, but I know we did a lot of circus.
So the roads there are actually hilly, so you have to go like uphill to downhill and then reach a beach. Again, you have to come to the hill and then go to the next one. So it was very difficult for us to go downhill without a brake.
Yeah, it was actually difficult. So the thing is, initially we found that the brake was there, but then later when we started going to these roads is when we understood that
There's no brake. And I'm so thankful to his driving that he was so safe, And so basically, on your honeymoon is when you know your partner. And I was so proud of his driving skills. Even without brake, he drove the vehicle so well. And also, if you remember, there were no petrol pumps.
Yeah, there was. So there were just one petrol pump, which was close to the
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 boat.
ferry, the place where you get dropped down. but after that there is no petrol. So, and the funny incident that happened was a lot of people on the road is been asking this question: do we have any petrol bunks nearby? As we clearly mentioned, the people who have actually taken bikes from the other local vendors, it was really difficult for them, I would say. First of all, there is no brakes for them on those bikes, and the petrol seems to be leaking. It was a really bad situation. So you guys would have to be extremely, or you folks have to be extremely careful when when you go to do something. But in
Ubud and Kota, it's
no
absolutely
issues.
fine.
A really fine, good road, so no issues on that.
So the next point of discussion is about the local water. So it is advisable to have mineral water from wherever you are staying, because you don't know the condition of the local water over there. We
Yeah.
preferred mineral water.
Yeah, so when we say mineral water, it's the
Bottled.
bottled or the canned water that you get. So always prefer to buy cans from the the what is called the local stores or the groceries that you have nearby. So buy it from them, so then you can keep it with you, because you never know what's the condition of those water.
So the next point is about the food.
So if you're a non-vegetarian,
No issues.
no issues at all. So you would be extremely happy with the food that you get there.
You get everything. You get literally everything. But for vegetarians like me, it was really difficult. You won't find anything except the amazing smoothie bowls. Yeah. But if you go to a normal restaurant, everything starts with egg, and then it goes a level up.
Yeah.
And even
So
more
when
above.
we say you don't get anything vegetarian, there is a reason behind it. That it's not that you don't get it. However, all of these vegetarian foods have something called an oyster sauce
Yeah. Or something with prawn, because we identified this because Akhil is allergic to some foods, and so we were served a fritter in a restaurant, and it was actually served with a prawn pickle. It did not look like a prawn pickle at all.
Yeah. It was actually tasty, and I personally had it, and she also had it. But then we asked the question that what exactly.
But I identified the smell, and I thought there is something fishy in that. And then when we asked them, they said, "Oh yes, this has oyster sauce and prawns." So oyster sauce and prawns is a basic ingredient in Balinese food. So you cannot blame them about that. So
But
you
it's-
need to be
it's-
really careful while ordering. You need to
Yeah.
read the menu, and you can ask.
Yeah, it's
the
advisable
person.
to ask this question to not include if certain things are allergic,
Yeah.
because it's basic thing that you see that a lot of people are allergic to seafood, right? So it's advisable that you ask this question upfront, that do you actually put this? If yes, tell them not to.
Yeah, especially vegetarians, do ask this question before ordering anything. Over
Yeah,
there.
it would actually taste yummy, but then later you would realize that it's actually prawns or
Oyster. So if you like our video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends if you found it informative.
Also, please click on the bell icon to receive notifications for new videos. Also, please provide your comments if you have any queries. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.